number 3 for me also comes from LSU. Malik Nabers. It's probably not a surprise to Owain, who I'll have at number 2. But Malik Nabers for me is an outstanding receiver as well. About 6 feet, just about that 200-pound mark. He's really shown consistent development since the time he has arrived at LSU. I mean, he made an impact in his freshman year, and he started almost half of the games and got over 400 yards and a few touchdowns in that as well. He's just kind of ascended as he got into that full-time starting role. His yards per catch is insane. They were really pushing down the ball down the field in that LSU offense. I think they've got a tradition of bringing through these receivers, and he's no exception. He glides when he's moving. He's a really fluid, easy mover, and I think that's deceptive because his top end speed is incredible as well. He takes in throws. He can play in all kind of roles as a receiver. He's a weapon you could move around. He's productive on high volumes. His change of speed, his change of movement, he can win up against big corners. He's got good hand fighting skills for a receiver as well. He's able to use his frame to box out defenders well. He's a contortionist in the air. We just saw it today. His vertical jump, was it yesterday or today? We saw the videos of that. That was as pro day. That was insane just to watch it as well. There's not a lot to dislike about Malik Nabers, to be honest, and there's not a lot to dislike about these top 3 guys. Yeah, so Malik Nabers, he is almost a cert to go in the top 10. I can't see any way that he's not going to go in the top 10.
Yeah, I really, really like Malik Nabers. He is 2 for me. And I find it slightly incredible that he's not number 1, which just shows you how good Marvin Harrison is. Because I look at this guy and think this guy is one of the best receivers I've watched, but then he's sat there at number 2, which is just credit to Marvin Harrison at the top. Just extremely high ceiling. He's just so dominant. The best way I can describe it, he just toys with defenders. It's almost like he's just taking the mick out of them. He catches absolutely everything. He's just such a natural receiver. Great strength profile, which is underrated. Extremely physical. He's an ankle breaker when you get him the ball in space. Skill moves are incredible. Body control is awesome. Route running is smooth but powerful. And it's what he can do as an individual, and he's just individually creative, that you can just get him the ball and he can just find a way. And there's not many receivers of his caliber that can do that. Tough at the catch point as well, take on contact, confidently catch the ball and collect the ball in. Active footwork, can change the pace of the game in just one play and one down. Intelligent to wait for defenders to bite as well. Very, very patient while also being very quick. And you can just say he's just a game changer because of that change of pace, that he can go from standing still to 40 mile an hour just instantly. He's just incredible. The notes where he can diversify his routes a little bit, but I think that's just how LSU operated. But I think otherwise he has absolutely everything. In terms of how high he can go, I've said it off camera, it wouldn't surprise me if he was the first receiver off the board. It wouldn't, because I think that him and Marvin Harrison at the top are very, very close to me. And I know everyone's just assumed that Marvin Harrison is the top guy, and he is, but let's not discredit what Malik Nabers and Rome Odunze can do. They are both very, very good prospects who will sit just behind him, behind Marvin Harrison, but that they are, I'm trying to think of the right word here, but
the number 1s in other years.
Absolutely, yeah. They're the top receivers going, and you can make a case for me. Malik Nabers will be the number 3 prospect in the class, behind Caleb Williams and behind Marvin Harrison. So I think he's just an exceptional prospect.